Evening all, here we are on the M4, heading down to Folkestone to catch the train. I'm probably not going to show you a great deal of the beginning of this journey, which is just through to, as I say, to Folkestone and onto the train, because we've done it so many times before. But after that, I'm heading down to Rungis and then further down to the south of France, so I can take you on that part of the journey, which is probably going to be a bit more interesting. I'll try and show you a bit more in Rungis tomorrow, but at the moment I've got a drop to do on the way down to Rungis, and I don't think we've done that before. You go through a couple of quite pretty French villages, little villages, but hopefully it's going to be light enough by the time we get over there for you to see a bit of them, so I'll show you those. Well, nothing to report on the way down. We're just going to nip into stop 24 here, get some fuel, and I need a couple of supplies actually.
In 2¼ miles, take exit 11A on the left,
grab a coffee and pop down to the train. Roads have been very kind to us. We're making great time, so yeah, next stop is fuel, and
at the roundabout, take the second exit to M20.
Right, we're back again, topped up with fuel, AdBlue, all the lot there, so we're good to go now. That should see me. Apparently, I'm getting a trailer change on this run, somewhere Bordeaux, Caen area, I think. So that should see me to my trailer change, and we'll make a decision on fuel from there. got the paperwork back and everything, and as you can see, it's just coming up dawn, daybreak, so I can show you a bit better going back this way than what I could have on the road coming in, because it was darker. It's quite nice around here. So yeah, we're heading back towards the motorway. We'll pick up the motorway and drop down into Paris. Hopefully we'll make good time. We haven't been there too long, so that should be good. As usual, anything crops up unusual or worth seeing, then I shall show you. Here we are, just dropping into one of the little villages that we come through, going to that first drop. Not much to write home about, but nice to see. And then just sitting on the motorway doing motorway miles. At least you get to see a bit of France. Church there, look. Hopefully you can see that sunrise. It's pretty spectacular. I think it's burning out quite a bit on the video, but it is very, very pretty. Nothing to report so far other than sort of foggy and overcast conditions. Otherwise we're making our way steadily towards Paris. 65 miles to go. Hopefully I'll be able to show you a bit on the last section of the ring road, which is like wacky races. But I'll show you if I get a chance. Hopefully I will. Well, there's a view you don't often see. First of all, me, and secondly, underneath the runway of Charles de Gaulle Airport. Just bear with, because we're going under the each section of runway now. The bits above us, so you can see.
In 2.25 miles, take the exit on the right to E15 toward Bordeaux.
As soon as I want to start talking, she chips in. Shut up, woman. Yeah, those bits that we just got under there is actually the runway for Charles de Gaulle Airport. We're making good time, 25 miles to go. Saying that, in 2 miles we come off and start our journey into Mayhem, which excuse me, this is the run in towards the ring road, when it just gets chaotic. So at the minute we're on the outskirts, even the outskirts of the ring road really, and the traffic's travelling along, you know, normal sort of motorway pace. But in a couple of miles, as I say, we'll branch off and we'll head down towards Paris itself, and the ring roads will probably start to get a lot busier. Hopefully, with it being the time of day it is, it's 11 AM French time, so we've missed the morning rush hour. We're probably not going to catch lunchtime, so we should do fairly well. I'm hoping so. If I can get to Rungis by 11:30, which is an hour and 25 minutes to do the 24 miles, then that's absolutely bang on, because that'll be a 13-hour day, meaning I can have 11 off tonight. I think I'll still be able to do what I need to do by having 11 off, but that'll save me some 15-hour days then for later on in the week, which is good.
Right lanes, then take the exit to E15.
So yeah, as normal, anything unusual crops up, I'll spin you around and show you what's going on. But otherwise, I'll try and show you the last little run in. Like I say, it's just crazy. It's wacky races. If there's plenty of traffic about, yeah, they're all dodging here and there, and the motorbikes and scooters are just mental, absolutely mental. But that's us coming off now onto the E15.
In 1 mile, keep left
made it a bit further towards Rungis. We've got 12 miles to go, and it's taken me 30 minutes. I think didn't I have 24 miles to go last time? Something like that, 25. I've just been looking at my time as well. I've got an hour and 43 left on a 10, so if I can do it in 43 minutes, which all being well I should be able to, 43 minutes will keep me on a 9-hour drive, which will save me a 10. Because I think, by the sound of what we might have planned, I'm going to need all the time I can, both tomorrow, Thursday, and possibly Friday, to get to the docks or get a changeover or do whatever I'm doing. So by keeping 2 10s, that means I can maximise both tomorrow and Friday, and only using a 13-hour shift today means that I should have, I think I've only done, I've done one 9-hour rest this week, so that'll mean I've saved 2 of them as well. So that means I can do 15-hour shifts on both Thursday and Friday and 10-hour drives. So that could really help the situation for all concerned. They're saying there's a 1-minute delay on this road here in a couple of miles, but in fairness, by the time you get there, it's generally sort of gone anyway. So it's just really sort of stop-start traffic like this. Lovely day in Paris though. I mean, next 10 degrees. Sun's absolutely scorching, burning my chest, coming through the front windscreen there. But yeah, nice. Feels chilly outside, but yeah, clock's our temperature's saying 10 degrees rather. Market tonight, so I didn't get a chance to film out, and in fairness I only had 4 drops anyway, so it wasn't a great deal to see. There's a couple of other lads in. Anyway, we're heading south now to the last drop for 9 AM tomorrow morning. It's now...
Take the slip road on the right toward Bordeaux.
Shut up, woman. It's now 2:30 AM. It's about 7 hours with a break, so I should be there about 9:30. Booked in for 9 o'clock, but
there are 8 minutes of delay on your route.
What I can do.
You are on the fastest route.
But as usual, if anything crops up that's worth seeing, then I shall show you. Otherwise, stick along for the ride. Or if you get a chance, fair play, Truckerjenko's been giving me a few shouts out lately, and it's really boosted my my subs, so thanks to all the newbies that's joined us, and big thanks to Jenko for the shout outs, because it's really helping. Cheers buddy. So if you're not already a subscriber of Truckerjenko, nip across, have a look at his channel. He's just started with us here at Broughton's, what day are we on? Wednesday.
In 3/4
Wednesday,
of a mile,
Thursday. He just started beginning this week anyway, so he's only been here a few days.
Bordeaux,
but he's already got a video out. He's doing Germany, I think, this week. But yeah, go have a look. Well, a place to break down. Is he broken down? Pushed it off the road a little bit. As you can see, there's roadworks the other way, which it showed on Google Maps in fairness, and it said my way was finishing just here, and once again it has, which is good, so we can crack on. Right, stay tuned.
Take the slip road on the right toward Bordeaux.
at the minute, folks, nothing to report. It's pretty much darkness and blackness, and we're just heading south. A couple of roadworks every now and again, but apart from that, no hold-ups or delays, and we're cracking on nicely. 230 miles to go. I'm going to try and do another, I don't know, 50, 80 miles, an hour and a half maybe, and then I'll stop for a break, because that'll mean that I can definitely complete the last leg in one card. So I'll catch you in a bit. Well, good morning, sports fans. Welcome back. You joined me on the outskirts of Limoges. We've got 100 miles to go to the drop point. As you can see, dawn is just breaking. Well, that's the last drop off. Trailer washed out, the hooks back on. Got my reload details. We've done this road before. I can't remember which video it was in. In fact, we've done it a couple of times. Probably the south of France one. But we're in Provence, which is a beautiful part of the world. There's some lovely houses around here. Yeah, I've got 2.5 hours left, so I'm going to run the time out. I'll load in Bordeaux in the morning. It's only 11 o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to run my time out. Get parked up somewhere decent. Have a bit of lunch, probably in the cab, and then go out for my evening meal tonight, wherever I park up. And then tomorrow morning, load and find out what we're doing. So stick along for the journey, and you'll find out. Same as me. Good morning, one and all. You'll find us on a damp morning, just less than 40 miles from Bordeaux, where we were due to do one collection. Can't remember whether I mentioned it yesterday. Anyway, my boss rang me and said we've got a bit of an issue. One of the guys coming up from Spain is running short of time. He's got 3 collections to do in Bordeaux. So as I've got an eye on a fresh card, he wants me to swap trailers with him. So he's already got a couple of collections on out in Portugal, and he was topping up in Bordeaux. So he wants me to swap with him so he can do the one collection on my empty trailer and carry on his journey so he doesn't run out of time, and I've got enough time to load the 3 and do whatever is the plan for me after that. So we're heading to Bordeaux, to my original collection point where we'll swap trailers, and I'll get the details off him then of my 3 collections. Okay, so we've done our trailer change and we're heading back out to the main drag. I've got my details for the 3 collections that I'm doing around Bordeaux. The problem I've got is 2 of them shut at lunchtime. One of them is this side of Bordeaux, which I'm going to now, so I'll make that. One of them is the far side of Bordeaux with a collection in between, so I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, but we'll do our best. Nice little French village. I'm sure they hate trucks around here, but I guess it's the only way of getting their produce out and sold. Yeah, not a lot to see now till we get back to the motorway. I think there's another little village I go through down here. Sorry, just take it easy with this bump, because I've got part of the collection on already, so old matey boy, the local, can't be bothered to wait, nor can his mate, so they're going to overtake me. There we are. Yeah, I've got part loaded trailer on because the guy I swapped with had already done a couple of the collections. So I'm gonna just take it steady. I think there's another little village, like I say, coming up, so if I can show you that, I'll show you that as we go through. Otherwise, we're heading out to Bordeaux. Yeah, I think this is the other little village that we passed through, so I'll show you a bit of that. No, maybe not. Scrub that. Here's the other little village that we passed through, just on our way back to the motorway. Yeah, as I say, I bet they hate trucks around here. Well, we've arrived at our first collection, and as you can see by the trucks queuing at the barrier over there, they're not open just yet. They open at 8 o'clock, it's 22 now. So I've just had a bit of breakfast and fitting a break in. Oh, they're just raising the barriers now, actually. Yeah, so we'll get this one on, and in the meantime, send a message to the office because my... let's work it out now. My next one shuts later than my last one, which is further away. So I'll leave it to the office to decide whether they want me to go to the last one first, as in next, and do the next one last because I've got more time on it, even though it's going to probably cost me about an hour and 50 mile maybe. But that's their decision. So I'll put the ball in their court in a few minutes when I go in and start getting loaded. Well, sadly, it didn't go very well at that first stop this morning. It took 3.5 hours to get me, well, paperwork really. I was loaded probably within half an hour. 3 hours then waiting for the paperwork, which made me late up to my second drop, which was a pig to find, but we've got there eventually. And we're, again, sadly,
be in either of the 2 left lanes.
Having to head 40 miles back into Bordeaux on a Friday afternoon, which is where you wouldn't want to be. On a Friday afternoon, back into Bordeaux to go collect what would have been my second collection, but because of the
in 2.5 miles,
because of the
exit 4 on the right,
woman.
Bordeaux
Because of the closing times, I had to do them out of order, and it's cost me.
There is currently light traffic on your route.
Cost me a bit, and it's also cost me some time, and we're now coming to a standstill here in Bordeaux. Don't you know? Which is to be expected on a Friday afternoon. It's bad at the best of times. 6 o'clock this morning I was coming through and it was still rammed. Can't understand where everybody's going and what everybody's doing, but yeah, it was. Anyway, if there's anything interesting I'll show you, as always. Otherwise, take a look at stood still traffic in Bordeaux. In one of my other videos, people have told me what that beautiful chateau thing on the left there used to be, and apparently, saying that lane's closed off on the right hand side, but I can't see why. And apparently, it used to be a house of ill repute during Napoleon's time, and then it's been a dance school and various other things. But we loaded from a place just up here before, and this looks to be on a similar sort of area. But the last one I loaded was, you came off just after the bridge, and it was about 5 miles from there. But my sat nav's saying I've still got 17 miles to go, so it's certainly not in the same area. It's 10 or 12 miles away. Anyway, it's Friday afternoon. What else would we be doing if we weren't stuck in the middle of Bordeaux in traffic on a bridge? Well, what a day! So, ended up going to the last collection. I can't remember where I last caught up with you. Anyway, ended up going to the last collection, and I was literally 1.1 miles from it when I get a message saying, forget it, they've cancelled it. After heading 40 miles back into Bordeaux. So I'm only a mile away, and in fairness, the office said, yeah, stick your head in, give it a go, and I did. And old matey boy in there said, yeah, we can load you. So I've got that done. Then I was short of the reference number, but we sorted that out. Right. Then they wanted to add some extra pallets, so we had to phone the customer and sort all that out. But eventually they didn't allow him to add them, and this and the other. So anyway, that all got sorted. So now I'm loaded. I've got 400 miles to the boat back up at Caen.
Turn right onto Rouen de Saint-Exupéry.
I won't make today. I had no chance of doing that anyway, so that's not going to come as a surprise to anybody. I've got to change over with the guy that I changed over with this morning, because he's got to tip this trailer in the UK tomorrow. I'm out of time, so I'm going to run my time out. At the
roundabout, take the second exit.
I'm going to run my spread over out now. I've got 2 hours and 40, so I reckon the 40 minutes should get me onto the motorway. Oh hell, road! And then I'm going to head 2 hours, get up the old National 10 somewhere, and
at the roundabout,
hopefully get somewhere decent.
Exit to Rouen de Saint-Exupéry.
So I'll catch you in a bit, because there's nothing to see around here. It's just a bit of an industrial estate. Well, unfortunately, as you can see, everything, as you would expect, in Bordeaux on a Friday at 5 o'clock French time is snarled up, and snarled up bad. Slowly running out of spread over, wanting to get as far north as I can. Anyway, we'll do our best. Good morning, good morning. This morning you find us in the old Claude's restaurant. I'm going to spin round here so you can see it, but as you can see at the moment, it's absolutely dead, and it used to be, in its day, Ramaroonied. Had a great meal over there last night. Couple of beers, starter, buffet starter, steak and chips, and there's the restaurant there, look, the stone building. Steak and chips and a pudding, coffee, and a couple of glasses of wine. 20 quid. 20 quid. Can't fault it.
Continue on Arc descent.
Steve came and dropped me his trailer. I just spoke to him. He's just got to the boat, spot on his time, so he was pleased. We're heading for the boat. As you can see, this is the old National. Look at that for a road. The old National Road. I've done my walk around checks on the tractor, the trailer, done my security checks on the trailer, so we're good to go. I need some fuel on the way back up towards Caen. probably do a couple of hours and then stop for fuel and a coffee. It's 350, but just short of 350 miles, so about 7 hours drive. So like I say, if I do, I don't know, 3.5, 4 hours, it's one it then back to the boat with just the one break in between.
Continue on D137.
We carry on a beer for just over 5 miles and then pick up the motorway and we're back on track. Morning again all. Just stopped here for, well, I'd done just about 4 hours driving. I needed some fuel. At the
roundabout, take the first exit to A28.
So I killed all the birds with the one stone. Just topped up the small tank because though I had enough to get me, just enough to get me back to the boat, I would have been hunting the other side then to try and sort fuel out, so it's easy to get it here. So we've done that. Funny enough, there was a receipt in the pump from 8:30 this morning, and it was half a
Continue
cent
on the road.
like half a pence in euros, different per litre at 8:30 this morning, cheaper than it was now at lunchtime. So Shell will make some money if they're doing that all over France or Europe or the world or whatever. Anyway, yeah, as I say, we've topped up with fuel, we've had a break, I've done my security checks again underneath the trailer, in the lockers, checked all the seals and padlocks were still in place, which they are. We're all good. I've filled in the necessary documentation, so we're now heading for the boat. It's 142 miles, should do it in about 3 hours, which will get me there for 4 o'clock, which is just nicely. I'll probably do a bit of paperwork and watch a bit of telly, and then I know there's another lad there tonight. He's stopping overnight, so I'll probably have a beer with him, and that'll do. The Scania's been pulling like an absolute train. I meant to tell you, in the last 4 hours driving here, it's stopped in overdrive and dropped to 12th maybe half a dozen times, and 11th only 3 times, and that's running at 41 tonne. So it's just maintained its speed and carried on pulling and going and all the rest of it. It's an absolute lovely machine, lovely. Anyway, there we are. Horrible day. It's blowing like a gale, never mind the breeze, and as you can see, it's raining fairly heavily. I got soaked filling up with fuel, but perks of the job, I guess. Catch you in a bit. There's a view you've seen quite a bit before. It's the run into Caen on the 158. We're just a couple of miles from the ring road and 15 miles from the ferry port. It's brightened up a bit. It is still a bit overcast and keeps raining every now and again, but it's proper blowing. The truck is tilted over a little bit even as I'm driving on here, but it's obviously very exposed, and I'm getting all the wind from across the fields. But I don't know whether there is a boat tonight, but I'm glad I'm not on it, put it that way. Well, I can't lie, going over this bridge ain't much fun, because as you can see, it's blowing from the left.
In 3/4 of a mile, take exit 3A on the right to Port Dubliter.
And that windsock is straight out. And if I were to get blown to that side, it's a long drop into the sea. So I'm just going to stop a little bit, get over this bridge. that's us, parked up, waiting for a ferry. That's the Normandy just leaving. There's another guy going to join me tonight. As I say, I can't remember if I'm sure I said it earlier. Mark's catching tomorrow night's boat, so we're going to have a couple of beers and something to eat maybe. But yeah, thanks for joining us on this trip. Not a lot more to see of it. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Go check out a couple of the other guys' channels. Captain Slow is not on YouTube yet. What's his space? But he is on Facebook, and he's got 16 billion followers. Well, nearly. And Jenko, my mate Martin, Trucker Jenko, has just joined us. He should have a couple of videos out now of his times with Broughton, but if you're not already watching him, give him a look and subscribe. And thanks for all the new followers that he's sent across and subscribers that he's sent across to my channel. Cheers, Martin. Yeah, that's about it for this one. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care and catch you next time.